Hello everyone, welcome to Adventures in Beekeeping, Episode 2, Counting Bees with a Spreadsheet. Hi, my name is Dale and I'm new to beekeeping. One of my tasks before getting my bees is to read Beekeeping for Dummies. It's also on the list of reading material for the beekeeping mentoring program at Honey Bear Farms, honeybearfarmskentucky.com. So I was reading on page 43, and I see that the egg, a bee is an egg for 3 days, a larva for 10 days, a pupa for 7 days, and then on day 21, it emerges as a adult bee. So I'm talking about the worker here, and you can see that the worker bee has all of these tasks to do and the days. And also notice that the field bees start being field bees when they're a few weeks old. So a few weeks to me is like 3 weeks, so I'm using 21 days for my calculations. Also on page 30 it indicated that the queen bee could lay more than 1,500 eggs in a day. Worker lifespan is 6 weeks. You get 10,000 bees in a 3-pound package, and a deep frame holds 7,000 cells. This will be a brood frame. And then I have a guess that about 70% of a brood frame actually contains bees. I don't know the answer to that. So when I look at this and I say, well, and I can understand these numbers about the egg and the larva and the pupa and the adult when I'm thinking about just one egg. I kind of understand that. But when I look at the queen laying 1,500 eggs in one day, it's very confusing and I can't get my head around that. So I decided to make a spreadsheet that would explain this to me. So here's my spreadsheet. And what I did was I have the life of a queen down this way and the life of a bee out this way. And each day, queen lays an egg. And so that life of a bee starts. And notice that the bee is an egg for 3 days. Then on the second day, the queen lays another egg. And the third day, queen lays another egg. So on the third day, you would have 3 eggs. In my example here, just 1 egg per day, just so they can understand how this works. On the 4th day, that first egg turns into a larva, and now we still have 3 eggs. On the 5th day, you have 2 larvae and still 3 eggs, and so on. So eventually, the larva here is going to be a larva for 10 days. Eventually, then, it will convert into a pupa. The pupa, then, is a pupa for 7 days, and then on day 21 is the first adult bee day. So if we could count all these L's and E's and P's and A's and so on, we would come up with actually how many bees are in the hive at one time. Also notice that I have out here day 42, 3 weeks after the emergence of the adult is when that adult becomes a forager, and I'm using an F for that. So if we scroll down here and look at the place where I did some calculations, you can see that on the first day you have 1 egg, on the second day you have 2 eggs, third day 3 eggs. And then on the 4th day you still have 3 eggs because the queen laid another egg, but you have 1 larva. Then the next day you have 3 eggs, 2 larvae, and so on. Then out here after 10 days of being a larva, you get 1 pupa. So you have 3 eggs, 10 larvae, 1 pupa. And then as you go on out, eventually you have, yay, 1 adult bee on day 21. And then from there on, you still have 3 eggs, 10 larvae, and 7 pupa for the rest of the time. And then eventually your number of adult bees continues to grow as your hive goes on. So this was just an example so that I could show you the spreadsheet, and the example would be like 1 bee. But we know on page 30 of the Beekeeping for Dummies book that says you can have greater than 1,500 eggs. So let's change this to 1,500. And now all these L's and E's and P's and A's and so on represent 1,500. So we count those and multiply by 1,500. On the first day of your queen laying eggs, you have 1,500 eggs, 3,000 eggs, 4,500 eggs, and so on. Then you only have 4,500 eggs for the rest of the time. And then, again, the larva will accumulate for 7 days and then eventually convert to pupa. And then, so then you have only 15,000, you have 15,000 larvae for a queen laying 1,500 eggs a day. So 15,000 larvae until day 21, and then you'll always have 15,000 after that. And then, because you just have 1,500 hatched, or not hatched, but emerging adults. And then from there on, you have 10,500 pupa. And then this is your bee population growing, 1,500, 3,000, 4,500, and so on. Also notice here I have a new adult forager. So this is foragers that are developed in your hive, and that would not happen until day 42, when you would get 1,500 foragers. Okay. Also, I have down here brood frames needed, and on one of the pages in the book, it says that there are 7,000 cells in a deep frame, and I'm assuming, just making a guess, that about 70% of those are used for brood. The rest of them are probably being used for honey and pollen and so on, that are used by the nurse bees to feed the larva. So, so this is pretty wild to see that you have you see this hive growth really quickly, and then your bee population growth really quickly. This, of course, is ideal situation. That means that that you have drawn comb available, and that the queen accepts that and will actually lay 1,500 eggs per day. So my next thing is, you see I have packaged bees here. Well, you get 10,000 bees in your package, so let's put 10,000 here. Okay, so now on your first day, you have 10,000 bees, 1,500 larvae. You still have 10,000 adult bees down here, total adult bees. On day 2, whoa, wait, you went down to 9,762. Why is that? Well, I don't know how old the bees are in your bee package. So I'm guessing, since your bees live about 42 days, that 1/42nd of your bees will die in the first day, and so on. 1/42nd to second day, 1/42nd to third day, and I get that from 6 weeks life of a bee. So now, if we look at this, you have your bee population dwindling just a little bit as it goes along, and you have lots of brood, lots of eggs, lots of larvae. You know, day 14 here, you've got to have, you've got 15,000 larvae for these 6,000 bees to feed. So you got 6,000 bees and 15,000 larvae. Also notice that these bees, these package bees, are probably really super busy drawing out comb, especially if you don't have any comb in your package or in your hive. So now on day 21, you see that you have 1,500 bees emerge, and now you have 6,700. So you're not even up to 10,000 until day 24. At day 24, you have 10,000. So you have lots of nurse bees and so on emerging to help these bees, your package bees. Now, at day 21 would be where your package bees would definitely be foragers by then. Of course, we don't know how old they are, but by day 21, most of your package bees are going to be foragers. So that's good news. your package bees are old enough to be foragers. Okay, but your bees that have emerged inside your hive aren't going to be foragers until day 42. So if we scroll out here just a little bit and look at what happens at day 42. Day 42, that's your last package bee. Day 43, you have no package bees remaining. And now your foragers are just 1,500, 3,000, 4,500. So your foragers are growing really quickly here. In a few days, you're going to have 10,000 foragers, which is great. But what I think is interesting here is that your package bees are dwindling, and you really don't have any foragers. You've got lots of adult bees coming out, but yet those may or may not be foragers. So I just wanted to see this for myself. I wanted to see how the hive grows based on the numbers that were given. So I put this together. The next thing I thought about, some other references that I saw said that you could have 2,000 larvae laid in one day. So let's change eggs laid in one day. So let's change that to 2,000 and see how your hive changes. So now your eggs go up to like 6,000 total eggs, and you have up to 20,000 larvae. 20,000 larvae is your max, and 14,000 pupa is your max. And then you get 2,000, 4,000, 6,000. So day 21, you have lots more bees emerging. So I just thought this was interesting and wanted to share it. Thank you for watching. Just a plug for the beekeeping mentoring program that I'm going to attend. This is Honey Bear Farms, honeybearfarmskentucky.com. This is my plan. It's not, I don't get any kickback or anything for that. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.